Some sports stars, don't they? They rise above the sport that you know them for and just become sort of famous for being superstars. Roger Federer is absolutely one of those people, right?
Yeah, considered to be one of the greatest tennis players of all time. So let's list what he's done. He's got 20 Grand Slam singles titles, including a record 8 Wimbledon trophies and a very impressive 24-year career.
Yes, and it's also about how he carried himself as well. You know, it's that personality, his character. Remembered for their fierce rivalries with that extraordinary era, which is still just about there, of course. Rafa Nadal, Novak Djokovic, Andy Murray, the big four.
Well, 2 years ago, it's been that long that Federer hung up his racket. He retired from playing competitively. Still, fans love him. And he has been talking to Sally about a new documentary, which follows the final days of his playing career.
I think it definitely hit me. Maybe I was going to become emotional at the very end. Even though I did feel I was solid, you know, through the interviews and everything. Even through the game, I was super relaxed. And then, I don't know, at the end, it was just, you know, it's like, okay, I mean, this is it. And you know, kind of what happens next.
Don't, honestly.
I just thought, anyway.
The look is good.
Good, thank you.
The look is good. Roger Federer, welcome to BBC Breakfast.
Thank you.
You talk about when you were a ball kid in the film and
Yeah.
you had a dream,
Yeah.
basically.
Good times.
Yes, and that ball kid's dream came true.
Yes, now I look back on when the players play, you know, French Open, I was watching Roland Garros last week a little bit, and I see the guys playing. I'm like, wow, they're so good. And I used to do that too. It's I feel so distant already towards my career. I start forgetting the things I've done, the records, and where I've been and what I've, you know, I don't know. It's more of a beautiful, just past I see on the road, right? So I don't know. It's been a great life, you know.
When people talk about you as a player, we
Right.
hear elegance and grace, and he makes it look easy.
Right.
But grit is the thing that you wanted to talk about. Do you think
Yes.
sometimes people forgot about that?
Totally. Absolutely they did. You know, they only saw, okay, it's so easy for Roger, so elegant, the guy doesn't train, and he shows up and he just wins it all, you know, but it's not the way it is. And I think for me that was a bit complicated because I have to pretend to fight. I have to pretend to show grit. For me, the only way to show it is to like win 5 setters, to win 3 setters, overcome injury. But it's effortless is a myth, as we now know.
And you said that you don't want to be a stranger
To the game, yes.
to the game.
Tricky because you need to have a purpose when you come to a tennis event. You know, you can't just show up and then very quickly the players go like, "What are you doing?" And
Wow,
like,
yeah.
"I'm here watching tennis." Who would do that? And I'm like, "Well, I like tennis." That doesn't fly.
What might be your purpose for when you go back? Would it be commentary? Would it be coaching? Would it be mentoring?
Actually, I got a fight here in London. I think at the Labour Cup, I talked about openly, like maybe, you know, commentary would maybe be a thing that I'd be interested in. And then one British journalist, he was like, "You're happy to be like super critical," and I'm like, "What?" I mean, I'll be honest, right? Is that critical? I don't know. I'll just say it how I would
Honest
see
is
it.
fine.
Yes, right.
Honest
and
is good.
then I was thinking, oh my God! So here I am slashing every player and talking. No. So then I got a fright. I was like, no, I don't want to do commentary anymore.
We have to talk about Andy Murray, who I know you're
course.
incredibly close to.
Yes.
He's at a similar sort of place to maybe you were. What words of advice can you give him?
This is so deeply personal, retirement, and that moment of when you take that decision, how you do that decision. Everybody's in a completely different circumstance, family, life, body-wise, mentally, whatever the state is. So this is where only himself and his closest people can give advice. I hope Andy, like Novak, like Rafa, can hopefully keep on playing forever like a fan. I see it that way, so we'll see.
Do you though?
Yes.
Don't you think that there's a point where you just have to say?
Of course you do, but still you want to see him out there because the tour is better with them than without them.
Center match, Federer.
I hope also I can go to Wimbledon again this year. And actually the kids have been chasing me. It's like, Papa, we want to go back to Wimbledon. I'm like, really? Like, what do you want to do? It's like, oh, walk around and like live that, you know, Wimbledon life.
In the film, we see the boys both wearing Arsenal shirts. First of all, how did that come about?
The boys are coming back from soccer practice or from football practice, and they walk through the elevator. I look at them, and then they're wearing the Arsenal jersey. And I think I say in the film, like, where's the FC Basel shirt? You know, that's what my favorite club is. And the Arsenal jerseys they had just received shortly before from Thierry Henry, who's a good friend of mine. We've been on vacation together. He's a really good friend of ours. And he was the one that gave us the Arsenal jerseys. So here they walk through the door in their Arsenal kit. So I know that Thierry, he doesn't know about it. I know when he will see the film, he'll be like, oh, this is
Those are the shirts.
Those are the shirts. It's so good. So that's how it all came about.
And will you all be watching the Euros?
I will be watching the Euros. I mean, I've been watching Roland Garros. I'm going to be watching Wimbledon, the Euros, the Olympics. As a sports fan, this is the time to be alive.
I've got this vision now of Roger Federer at home with a giant TV, remote control, bag of crisps,
right, and just,
trackies on,
and just watching sports
no
for like 3 months.
Yeah, lager. Tell me that's going to happen.
Hey, I don't know, we'll see in a year when I walk in here how I look like. No, but I'll follow the Euros. I'm actually very excited about it.
That's brilliant. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.